Hey, y'all. You're tuned in to Peanut Butter and Triggered. Make sure to tune in again next week for a special episode where Neb Notlaw's going to run this thing, and it's going to be wild.
Hey everyone, welcome to Peanut Butter and Triggered. I'm Scott, joined by...
Hey, it's Jace. Well, what's up?
And my other man.
What's up, y'all? I'm his man, Ben.
We're back. Thank you all for sticking with us during Snowpocalypse here in Portland. That's not even a big deal at all. Today we're going to talk a little bit about some horror movies, some up-and-coming horror movies, which you know we're all fans of. We're going to talk about Resident Evil 2, a horror game, and we'll see what other little tidbits we get caught up in.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. We'll start with news.
News.
You said something about Mortal Kombat 11?
Yeah, a lot of people are kind of pissed off about some of the roster additions. So far, we haven't seen some of the main characters that we all know and love. We have seen some people that nobody cares about, like Kano.
Mm-hmm. I like him.
Well, okay, Neb likes him.
Kano, I don't mind having him as long as you have the main characters too.
There's no Reptile so far.
He'll show up.
He will, and that's the other thing. Ed Boon's saying that a lot of the characters that we know and love, and I'm saying characters, but it's spelled with a K.
Yeah.
A lot of the characters that we know and love are going to be showing up as DLC.
Are they going to have Korn do the new intro? Come on, that'd be cool.
Like Korn, the porn star?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, like Korn, the band with the K in their name. Mortal Kombat.
It's going to be Korn, but it's spelled with a C, oddly enough.
Yeah, just to throw people off.
Yeah. It's a cover band, Korn.
But, like... I hate when that fighting games they add main staple characters as DLC. Like, just put them in.
Yeah, and I mean, especially with the way that the last game turned out too. Like, there were tons of new characters, but there was almost every original character that everybody loved. On top of that, there was a ton of DLC characters that nobody even thought of putting in the game.
Yeah, I think we already talked about this. I can't remember if we did or not. It was bouncing around in my brain, and it's been a second. Did we talk about what characters we would put into Mortal Kombat if we could pick?
No.
Because think about this. How dope would it be if you could play as, Chucky somehow? He,
wow.
Jumped around, and you
could just never hit him because he's a foot and a half.
Yeah. Well, it could be a special character. I was trying to think of, cool other characters that would fit in that,
Like
crazy...
Homer Simpson.
Yeah, it'd be perfect.
Oh!
It'd be perfect. Lisa Simpson. Oh. Perfect crossover. But yeah, that game looks really cool. The graphics and gore and all that other fun stuff.
I don't think I haven't played Mortal Kombat games in years. I didn't play the last one, and the Alien and Predator were in it.
Yeah, you did. You played against me.
Well,
you
yeah,
lost.
but I think I won a few.
No, you definitely lost.
I just kept uppercutting you like I used to when I was a kid. Can't fight the uppercut.
I think the cool thing about it is going to be the character customization. So, I think they're going to place a lot of heavy emphasis on online play, and you basically unlock perks and different pieces of customization. On top of that, you can unlock different movesets too.
I hope they have a crypt. The crypt was dope.
Spelled with a K?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk around. The guy wearing blue.
Walk around, open the graves, get yourself a little concept art. Maybe.
Oh, dude, the thing I hated about that was the part where you go into the crypt and there's a bunch of spiders' webs, and then these giant spiders attack you.
It's always the worst in any game when you have to deal with spiders.
Yeah. Like in Resident Evil.
Like in Resident Evil, but not in this Resident Evil.
What?
Resident Evil 2. They were
Tell me about the first one.
Well, the second one too.
We haven't got through news yet, Bubby.
Hey, sorry, kid.
No, it's good. You're good.
It would be cool if you could create your own character and Tony Hawk from Mortal Kombat.
That's what I was telling you.
So they're actually gonna full on.
Oh no, not full on. I wish it was full on.
That would be cool.
Be. Yeah,
you could change their stance.
Yeah,
gay guy.
I definitely would create my own character. I just don't know what I'd even name him.
You're really good at that. That's one of your skill sets.
You'd just be Jay. You'd look just like you, and nothing would be out of the ordinary.
Well, you know what? With my ability to be able to create characters, I mean, sky's the limit. I created all of you in that wrestling game, to a team.
Yeah, it's true. I still asked you to do a PBT one so we could put it as a background. You still have it.
Oh yeah.
Triggered.
Triggered.
But yeah, that does look pretty dope. Toys R Us is making a comeback, apparently.
Say toys again.
Toys?
You said it really weird. So toys.
Samson.
Toys?
Toys?
Samsung.
Toys R Us.
Toys R Us is making a comeback called
Miniature.
True... I think it's True Miniature.
True Religion jeans. I know,
exactly. True Religion jeans.
What's the point? So is Sears. You
I don't
failed,
know.
give up.
Why?
That's the American dream.
I agree. Because, yeah, you said Sears is coming back, right? Or
They
they're
were
trying to
granted a
finish
$5 billion, like, basically stay of business by a billionaire bankruptcy judge, which I didn't know was a thing.
Yeah. Well, where else am I going to buy my Nerf guns?
Fred
Sears.
Oh, everywhere else, right?
Yeah.
What they're going
Or
to
your
do is
Lego sets.
they're going to do like Capital One did and have a Toys R Us cafe. And you come in and you get to test the toys out. You got stuff for the adults. That's what. Have you seen Capital One's ad
Yeah.
for that?
No.
We took banking and turned it into the fucking Apple Store. What's up?
I think that a lot of companies today are really, really struggling to,
Beat Amazon.
well, to beat Amazon and to find a niche that makes them different from everyone else, because all banks are the same. Like,
If you're not evolving, you're dying.
yeah. What if we added a cafe? That would be dope.
Here's a scone. I still ripped you off. Fuck off.
I opened a second account under your name.
Thank you. Oh, miniature.
Actually, on here, sorry, I was reading this. On here, I had the Genie.
Oh,
Alright.
yeah.
That's
Let's talk about that
newsworthy.
piece of shit.
We're going to talk a little bit about the Genie and Will Smith.
I saw a meme today. It said, if you rub before Loco, Post Malone comes out of the bottle.
Yeah, but as everyone probably knows by now, Genie is played by Will Smith, and he looks very odd.
He doesn't just look ridiculous. So that was one of the first times I realized I liked comedy, was watching Robin Williams in Aladdin. So it's almost an insult that they think they could redo him and kind of make it better for the new age. Because, like, kids need to know about Robin Williams because that was a big deal.
Do you think they just shouldn't have remade that movie like it's off limits?
No, I don't think it needed it. Like most live-action Disney movies, it's not necessary. Like, just think of something new.
But it doesn't take anything away from Robin Williams.
Yeah, but you're redoing an iconic performance that no one else could have done that because that's just who he was.
Fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
For real, though.
Yeah,
No,
I can see
I'm
that.
totally against it. Like, it's one of those roles that was so iconic, and he created this new. I mean, he improv almost that whole movie. Like, that was just him riffing.
Could you imagine if he was still alive and he did that? It would have been dope.
Him and his hairy knuckles.
Dude, Harry, just arms in general. I was a hairy dude. When he died, I posted "R.I.P. You Harry Prince." But yeah, he was just such an influence to me growing up, and like I just loved Aladdin. It was my favorite Disney movie besides Lion King. I don't think Lion King needs a live action remake. Just think of something new, man. There's a lot of shit you can go for.
Yeah, I could understand that. Just
But then also, even if it was a new movie, I'd still be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, let's talk more about what the fuck that really was. If you all have not seen that trailer, please
was
go out
Goro.
and watch it.
it looked like Goro.
But it looked like a blue, like what's his face? Tobias from Arrested
Yeah.
Development had a baby with Goro. That Will Smith would have came out, and it looks so weird. The way that his face was pasted onto that CGI Genie,
Ugh.
it looks strange, man.
Well,
it looked
then
real strange.
He also was talking like he kind of had like a street kind of vibe to him. He's like, "Hey, y'all, you never heard of me? It's me, Genie, dude."
His like pants are sagging.
Just drops the N word. You're like, "Whoa, Genie, stop!"
Calm down, Genie.
Could you say Blue Lives Matter at that point?
Oh, that's triggered.
Ooh,
Some
you
cop
go.
just slammed
That was a
the
bad
table.
joke.
That is not a laughing matter.
So our next segment, the 10 and the 20. So this is movie or games that came out 10 years ago, movies that came out 20 years ago. This month is February of 2009. There wasn't a ton of them, but there's a few. The Burnout Paradise Ultimate Box. Did you guys ever play Burnout Paradise?
I played a Burnout. I don't remember which one it was.
I'm not a big racing fan, but the crashes in that were super dope.
The object was to have like the most damage and the most like.
Crash, yeah.
Yeah.
The craziest crash.
Like Twisted Metal.
You played this one game on PC that was like similar to that sort of concept where you would take like a normal car and these would be like the specs of these vehicles would be just like bone stock, and then you would take them over these simulations. So, like over speed bumps and stuff like that. Yeah, that was kind of wild.
I can't remember the name of that game, but yeah, you could get like a regular Geometro with super realistic physics, and then you run it over like 100 speed bumps and see what happens going at like 120 miles an hour.
That captivated Jesse Naylor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The windshield would break and like the doors would be rattling off and stuff.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what the name of that game was. Fear 2. I don't know if you guys were fans of Fear 2.
The old Scotty slap.
Tell us about it.
Fear 2, yeah. The first-person shooter?
Yeah.
It was spooky.
It's like First Encounter Assault Recon or something like that. You basically, it's like a horror game where you were like assault. You were like assault.
There was 3 of them.
Yeah.
They got the 3.
That came out. Halo Wars.
Ugh. Real-time strategy games. Come on. Who were those for?
Killzone 2.
Hell yeah. Killzone 2 was tight.
I love Killzone. I wish they'd make a really good one.
What was that one game for PlayStation 1 that had like a Gears of War like cover system, but had like the Killzone vibe to it? Like you would shoot over barriers. It was a really fun game. I forgot.
Kill Switch?
I think it was Kill Switch. That game was dope.
Yeah, that was like the.
You look like Snake Plissken, kind of.
Yeah, that was like the or there's what it's called like win gun or something. There's another one that was like that too, but
that game was super dope. It reminds me of Killzone. Killzone had some of the coolest looking enemies. What are those guys called?
The Hellgas.
Dude, it's like space Nazis, and they look so.
That's exactly
cool.
what they were.
Well, I know the imagery was designed by like Nazi.
Dude, that's why I like because I thought that the Killzone enemies were.
Yeah, that's definitely why you like it.
No, I like the imagery that they had because it seemed so realistic. Jeez.
That should be a soundbite.
Scott, can you just say that you're a Nazi?
No,
What? Just once.
I am not.
See. But yeah, Killzone was dope. What was you skipped over one? So
yeah. Shell Shock 2. Did you guys ever?
I wanted to talk about real time strategy and how much it sucked. Did y'all like those games?
Halo. I like real time strategy, but I don't like Halo Wars.
What do you like about real time strategy games?
It's fun to
Strategize.
to strategize, to figure out resources, and to fight on big, huge.
You're just like
scale.
placing stuff. It's like RPGs, like Final Fantasy. Hit them. Get back.
But you're not. Like, a lot of times you're not. It's all actually happening in front of you.
Yeah, but you're just like, you're like the fucking guy who runs the orchestra. You're just there.
Yeah. I mean,
You're not actually
You're just
playing.
watching it.
Yeah.
you're not watching it. You're moving the units, and you're flanking, and you're
Scotty
using
likes to
cavalry.
watch.
The units move.
That was the first time I've ever heard you do a dirty voice. Sorry, Eric.
I didn't realize it was a dirty voice.
You're like, watch him.
Do it again.
Move.
Lord.
That's all the games that came out 10 years ago. 20 years ago, there wasn't really a whole lot of movies. There's the big one that I saw was Street Fighter, the movie. Ooh, wow, awesome.
M. Bison.
Yeah, his name was like Rafael Julia or something. Or
He died.
Raul Julia.
And this is actually the remake, I think. This isn't
was,
that.
like,
This is the
dying
old one.
as
This
he
is
was
from
filming.
this was from 2009. So
No,
this
I
is
never
like
saw that. I
the
didn't know
newer
they did
Street
that.
Fighter.
Oh wow! No, I didn't watch that piece of crap.
Coraline.
That movie's terrifying. I don't know why it's for kids. You ever seen Coraline? That has some
seen it.
scary fucking
Really?
imagery. I thought it was scary. So go ahead, sir.
Push.
What's that?
I don't know.
You
And
gotta know what the movie is.
Yeah.
I saw it. I was like, push.
I'm
I don't
relying
know.
on
It was
you.
one word. It was easy to write down.
Oh,
And then he's just not that into you.
Is that your favorite?
Yeah, that was my favorite for sure.
was that a rom com?
I think it had Randy Quaid.
I think you're thinking of Dennis Quaid.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I always get the Quaids confused.
There's
He's
a
just not
good-looking
that
one and a
into you.
bad-looking one.
There's one that's crazy and is holed up in Vermont. He got arrested.
There you go. He's just not that into you.
Oh, Jennifer Aniston. Hey.
Hey, yellow man.
2009.
Yeah, wow. February 2009.
Meow.
6.4 out of 10.
Who else was in
That's
it?
not good.
Bradley Cooper,
Ooh,
B Coop.
rip your
that
internet.
dude. You guys seen A Star Is Born?
No.
It got spoiled for me because of my favorite podcast is Triggering. I know.
I like how the main person at top is 5-year-old girl.
where's
First
Jim?
build only, it says.
Oh.
Oh,
See full cast.
who cares?
Yeah, dude, that movie didn't seem that good.
Someone was billed as an African woman. Wow.
Well, they could have just put woman.
Yeah. Color doesn't matter. She's just not that
Scarlett
into you.
Johansson.
She's not.
Oh,
Jennifer Connelly.
Natasha Leggero. Oh, yeah.
Hey, she's funny.
She's gorgeous too. Busy Phillips.
Oh yeah, she's funny too.
She was in Freaks and Geeks.
Drew Barrymore.
Damn.
Barrymore.
Nice. Okay, so this had kind of a decent cast. It just sucked.
I guess so. 6.4.
Well, let's talk more about Push.
All right, what else is on there?
The last thing we have that you actually brought up today was it's possible people have found ways to summon 2 Mr. X's in Resident Evil 2.
I heard that it doesn't stop with just 2.
You can do more than that?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I've seen a lot of videos of people, when Mr. X hits you, they just dub in, X gonna give it to you.
Well, what they do is they basically cheat out of the map and they go to a point. There's multiple places throughout the world where Mr. X spawns. And they'll take the first spawn and go to the second spawn because it's out of order. And the second one will spawn.
By the way, we're talking about Resident Evil 2, the bad guy that chases you throughout the whole game.
Yeah. Which kind of brings us to one of our main topics, Resident Evil 2. What are your thoughts on this so far, Mr. J?
If I had to give it a grade, I give it a B+.
Yeah.
The biggest reason that I would say that it doesn't get like a perfect score is because like it's familiar enough to where like I remember playing it. It's fresh enough to like where it's not the exact same game, just like ported out to like a different console or whatever.
Yeah. It's a true like it's like a reimagining.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when they redid Battlestar Galactica. I mean that was solid. It wasn't an exact copy. Anyway, so the whole idea with Resident Evil 2, the remake, I think it was super cool too because like you get different runs as each character.
Yeah.
So that's another like bit of freshness along with like DLC possibilities we didn't get in Resident Evil 2, the original. So those are things that I think would deem it a B+.
I could get with that. I think it would be interesting just for us to talk about the 3, because there's 3 main areas in the game. There's the police station, the sewer, and the lab, and each has a distinctively different feel to it. So when you first get to the police station, I don't know, it's kind of like it's really familiar for sure. Are you just looking up corn?
No.
Shh.
But it's really familiar. And did it feel familiar to you there, Mr. J?
Yeah, I mean, it felt familiar enough. Like I was saying before, like even though like I don't think I remember any of the like the plant-based zombies from the lab in the original.
There were plant-based zombies, but they were drastically different.
Yeah,
they were big flowers.
Right, that's what it was. So there were several like reimaginations of like what we're used to.
Also, in the sewers, there were spiders in Resident Evil 2 in the sewers in the original one, but in this one they had like these
Gs.
grotesque. Yeah.
These big G's.
They're called like G Young and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's my rap name.
G Young.
But yeah, and that sewer, there's like one part where you go down.
Yeah.
You go down in there, and then you have to jump into the water, and you have to run through in order to grab. The rook or the king and the queen plugs. You remember that nasty part where you're like walking through and you're like in just this muck and there's like zombie bodies everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. And it's almost like a maze or a labyrinth.
These huge monsters are disgusting and they'll grab you and open their hands up and just puke all over you and poison you. It's terrible.
Yeah, if they grab you and they try to eat you, you gotta like stab it or like shove a flash grenade in.
Have you seen the speed runs?
No, I haven't.
People beat it in like an hour and a half.
Damn.
On hardcore,
basically they just run past everything.
That's what that's what you have to do.
Yeah,
you board up certain windows. My first playthrough, I didn't board up anything. I was like, I'll save these for later. And then at the end of the game, I had like 5 of them. I was like, dang, I saved those for too long.
And my second run through, or I haven't finished my second run through, but part of my second run through, I had like used them in like spots that just didn't make sense. So definitely use them wisely.
Yeah, for sure. And then you get to that lab, which is kind of clean.
Clean enough, I guess. But
when you first like walk in and stuff, and all the main areas are clean. I mean, there's parts like where the plant is, where it's definitely disgusting.
Well, even when you see the liquor has gone through,
I forgot about that part.
Yeah, or like
not clean.
Places where there's a bunch of like smoke or like some sort of mist.
When you first walk in, it's really clean.
Yeah.
But you're right. Once you get off to the path, it's like blood and gore.
Yeah.
And the dismemberment's pretty dope too. Like the zombies. Weren't you talking about that, Ben? How you thought it was cool? You could like shoot their legs off and stuff.
I saw a person shoot one in the gut and it just fell in half. I was like, dang, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. The other thing that's kind of funny too is like if you don't know if a zombie's like really gonna like wake up and start trying to attack you too, and you have a knife, and you just start knifing it to death.
Yeah.
Like you get to see all those slash points that you create
pretty
too.
Cool.
It is really cool.
Detail.
You think they'd stab? Why do they always slash?
I don't know.
Stab
I
in
would
the
definitely stab it in the head if it was asleep.
Yeah, I wouldn't be slashing its body.
Yeah.
You might couldn't get through the skull because those are hard.
But you got a big old dagger, a combat knife.
You know what's funny? Sorry to interrupt you. Jose's looking at pictures of the band Korn. I can name all of them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you can slash the zombie.
Do you remember this guy was on Cribs, their bass guitarist?
Fieldy.
Fieldy, that's right.
Fieldy, Monkey, Head, David Silvera, I think it was Silvera, and Jonathan Davis, whose wife unfortunately passed away recently. R.I.P.
Rip.
How did this guy play bass?
He slapped it. Bang, bang, bang. That was an exact track. Why were we looking at Korn?
I don't know.
Just get curious.
Korn with a K, for all of you out there that have them confused with the cover band Korn.
Lord.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit more about some of these topics you have written down, Scott.
Off the rails.
Yeah.
Why didn't we do what we're playing, what we're watching, what we're eating?
Oh yeah.
What's up with
what
that?
are you playing, doing, watching?
You go first, Ben.
I'm not playing anything, but I did just watch the most insane documentary of my whole fucking life, Abducted in Plain Sight. Have you watched it?
No.
You're
talking about it though.
Fucking sane. For any of you who haven't watched it, prepare to be frustrated, just like saying, what? Like 1,000. I watched the documentary Tickled 2 years ago, I think, and I thought that was the most wild turn I'd ever seen in a documentary. And this one gave it a run for its money. I can't decide which one I was more like, what the fuck about? But
don't let it spoil anything.
It won't. I'm not spoiling anything.
No, I'm saying these pictures.
They made it look so much not what it actually turned out to be. Like, it looks like someone got abducted, people like witnessed it. That's all you see here. But holy shit, does it go on a wild turn of events.
That should be our movie to watch, Fuller House. That should be our movie to watch next week.
For real, you need to see it because that shit blew my mind.
We'll catch back up because it sounds cool.
Yeah.
And that's it. Playing and watching, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Hanging out to you guys. What's up?
All right, Scotty. What are you playing, doing, watching?
Playing Resident Evil. I played through Resident Evil. I did start Little Kingdom Hearts. The big reason is because it has Disney, and my wife actually really likes the Disney portion, so she's actually playing through it. I'm watching her play, which is a rarity. She doesn't normally play at all, so she actually kind of enjoys it, but it's so anime-y. It's terrible. There's 1.5 long cutscenes of just anime people talking on, so it's just terrible. That part's terrible. But the parts where you're actually with the Disney characters isn't too bad. But yeah, so she's playing that. In terms of what I'm watching, we just watched. I just watched a documentary, I think, but I don't remember what it was.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
They're getting excited about that.
Super excited.
Yeah, so for everybody, tune into that documentary that Scotty watched. We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, maybe.
Or the week after.
Go scour Netflix and think what Scott might like.
Yeah, think about what I would like and go watch it.
Yeah. That'd be kind of funny.
You don't like anything, though. You're like, shit, I can't find it.
But that's basically it. I haven't done a whole lot more. I've been playing a lot more.
Scotty wears white socks.
I do.
Do you wear white socks?
No, mine are multicolors.
You have the socks I wore when I was a child. No one would just wear a t-shirt to bed.
They're just Nike socks.
They're white though. They'd be considered retard socks.
Wow.
Why'd you roll your eyes? That's the thing. I didn't make that up.
Yeah, you did.
No, my buddy John did. So that's not mine.
All right, so I just finished this TV show called Russian Doll on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Have you all even seen it or?
Yeah,
heard
I saw
of
the previews for it.
Yep.
So it's a really interesting take on. It's kind of like a Groundhog Day sort of thing. That Bill Murray movie. Basically, this woman just has to keep reliving her life, and she dies in various ways.
Wow.
And she she basically dies if she doesn't have like a perfect go at this run of her life. And then she eventually finds out that it starts affecting her world around her.
So it's like that movie Happy Death Day?
Yeah, but not as shitty.
The Edge of Tomorrow.
I never saw it.
And it doesn't involve a soundtrack with 50 Cent either.
What was that?
50
Happy
Cent?
Death Day?
Yeah.
Dang, I never saw it.
Well, consider yourself lucky.
Is it worth watching?
Happy Death Day?
No,
it sucked.
no, Russian Doll.
Oh, Russian Doll, I would say so. Yeah, because I binged through it, and it kept my attention during the whole thing. Yeah. It took me like 2 days to watch.
I remembered what I watched. It was Solo. That's what I watched.
That's not a documentary.
I thought it was a documentary, but I remembered.
It's a movie about young Han Solo.
Did you like the end?
Yes.
The post-credit scene?
Hey, I didn't see the post-credit scene. I saw the scene at the end where they reveal... You don't care, do you?
Yeah, the movie sucked anyways.
The movie sucked.
The only part that's worth it was the end scene.
With Darth Maul?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not post-credit.
Oh, my bad. I didn't watch the entire movie. I just watched that part.
That's literally the only part, because I was watching it, and I was like, it's okay, but he's not Han Solo.
Thing, right?
He's definitely not Han Solo. That's what I was like, yeah, but it was okay.
He's Darth Maul?
No, at the end...
Yeah, he's Darth Maul.
At the end, the character Emilia Clarke plays, like, she's a
spy.
She's a spy, and she turns on the thing, and Darth Maul's standing there with like robotic legs, and you're like, "Oh shit, Darth Maul!"
I thought you guys said she was bi at first.
Yeah, she's bi.
The whole movie, it turns out she's bi.
Well,
it's wild. Everyone's mind.
Who would have guessed?
Who would have thought this?
You know what I watched that I forgot that I thought was amazing, and it's a very mainstream movie, was the new Avengers, Infinity War.
Oh, you finally watched that?
Yeah, we talked about this at work. I mean, at. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, fuck.
I saw it. Do you care about it?
No.
No, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No, he has 17 movies to catch up on. If
hey,
Dude, that was
Ned,
the first...
tell me why I care about it.
About it? Are you from Canada?
Sorry, hold on. Tell me why I care about it.
Well, there's some pretty significant people who die.
So?
They're gonna... Dude, Thanos is a badass. He has this idea... Shut up, you fucking asshole. He has this idea that if
people are just gonna think you're verbally abusing me and they have no idea what I'm doing, like
he has this idea that without what is the whole if he gets the Infinity Gauntlet, he can snap his fingers and he will take out half of the world of the universe at random.
Half of the life.
Doesn't matter who you are, rich, poor, superhero. He takes you out, and that is his way of cleansing the world and making room for more people and giving more resources, or the universe, to more people. I think it's a cool concept.
So he's a nice guy then.
He's an evil villain with good intentions. Because at the end of the day, like, that's the hard part of it. He has good intentions. He really does.
Hey, if you want to make an omelet, you got to crack a few eggs.
But when he snaps at the end, after Thor hits him in the shoulder with the axe, and he goes, "You should have hit me in the head," and then everyone just like starts.
Half of the Avengers die.
It's more than half. The whole Guardians get taken out. Spider-Man is in like Iron Man's arms. He's like, "I don't want to die, Tony."
And then Spider-Man dies.
And then Doctor Strange gets taken out.
That one's a crazy one because Doctor Strange is a badass.
So anybody who hasn't seen this movie, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
That's all we do on this podcast.
Whatever. It's been long enough if you want to see that movie.
But the thing is, Doctor Strange was able to look back and see every outcome. And he was like, I just went through 800 million scenarios. And Iron Man's like, how many worked? And he goes, 1. And then at the end, as he's fading away, because you slowly just like fade away like dust, he goes, Tony, this had to happen. And then he goes, so that's a hint that he knew all these people were going to die, and it's going to come full circle, and they're all going to come back.
Well, they have to come back. Too many of them died. It was like a 10-minute segment where pretty much like tons of the Avengers
It was
died.
just such a good movie. It was so much fun.
If you had to pick, who would you pick to die?
Out of us?
I could care less
out
about
of the Avengers.
Oh. Like myself.
Why?
Yeah, Ben, you're not sad.
Ooh.
I don't care about what's his name, Hawkeye, or any of those people.
Dude, he wasn't even in this one.
Who's the guy?
I ran out of arrows. There was a Saturday Night Live sketch about that where he runs out of arrows. He was like, "All right, guys, I got to get out of here." In the middle of a fight.
I like the Guardians. I like them sticking around.
If I had to pick, I'd pick Black Panther and be so controversial.
I almost said that, but I knew you guys would give me shit.
Oh my god!
The internet would go crazy. We picked Black Panther. Did he die? I think he lived.
No, I think
He died.
They literally couldn't take him out, or there would be protests.
No, he died, right?
No,
I think he lived.
He died,
You didn't
dude.
see it, you piece.
Somebody was talking to me about this yesterday.
No, the girl. No, he might have died.
Yeah, he died, Holmes.
That was racist.
What?
Oh.
So if I had to pick, I'd probably pick Iron Man and Thor.
You can't pick two, just one.
Oh, just one?
They're two hard hitters.
Yeah, why did you? Both of those are like fan favorites.
They both live.
Iron Man. Iron Man's a pussy.
He's rich
So
and he gets puss.
Well, now I think now they have the rights to X-Men, so the next one can have X-Men in
They
it.
got to bring Logan back.
Cool, that would be so dope. Could you imagine?
He's
he
dead.
can't. Well, he also won't reprise his role as Wolverine.
So that's
That's what everyone always says, and then they reprise their role.
I loved in Deadpool 2 how many throwbacks they made to Logan. Like in the beginning, it's like a little figurine of Logan on like wood. Like dying. That was a really good movie too that I recently watched. I've seen a lot of movies since we last did this thing.
Yeah,
What
Deadpool?
sparked your boardom?
Life.
Oh.
A general
Just keep being sad.
life.
People are, comment.
Hey, new topic. Ben, why are you so sad?
You don't.
Just kidding. I don't care. What else is on the agenda?
Chucky.
Oh, the Chuckster. You want to take over this, Neb? Not law?
Because you hurt my feelings.
Okay. So, if any of you have seen the trailer that just came out, it's kind of interesting to see that Child Play is being remade, especially with the way that they're doing it. The thing that upon first viewing of this trailer is that Aubrey Plaza is going to be Andy's mom. Mm-hmm. Then if you didn't catch it, it appears as if Chucky's going to be a smart doll or an Alexa type of doll. Mm-hmm. So...
Well, what's interesting is they're keeping a lot of the old, like the mom and son kept their names. It's Andy Barclay and I forgot his mom's name. In the trailer you see this scene where her friend's laid out on the road after she gets pushed out of the window. So they're keeping some stuff, but it seems like they're definitely going in an entire different direction with Chucky.
Yeah,
maybe
and
it's still whatever.
I don't know if I agree with that.
The movie looks good if it wasn't a Chucky movie. I love the idea. The trailer was really well done. But I don't like that it's Chucky.
It hasn't not been confirmed that it's that
It's
guy.
not, but that's what, if you look at, what do you call it when a movie puts out, a product advertisement?
A tease.
But it's actually, is that what that would be? Because they put out Good Guy, it's called Buddy in this one.
Oh,
Like advertisements for the doll, but
yeah,
not actually
they
advertising
did that with
the movie.
Cloverfield,
Yeah.
viral, augmented marketing.
Yeah, so in all the Child's Play ones, it's needs Wi-Fi to work. Well, learn your child's habits and routines. So... from what everyone's gathering and from what has leaked, they're thinking it's definitely a smart. They heard that the creator made a few dolls, or one of the technicians on the line, intentionally to malfunction to go homicidal, and then he killed himself. I heard that's
a thing.
But
that's kind of a cool twist.
But Brad Dourif is not reprising the role of the voice.
Well, we don't know
as
that
of
for sure,
yet.
right?
Well, and Wikipedia,
he's pretty old.
It says TBA.
He was pretty old.
He is. How old is he?
I don't know. He just looks pretty old.
But he's just kind of talking to Mike.
Yeah, but he's Charles Lee Ray. He also has to die on screen too, and then he has to do the speaking
Maybe
in
they
tongues.
would just get someone dubbed.
Oh, probably not.
Okay. I'm willing to give it a shot. I haven't decided.
Oh, me too, for sure. I mean, I think you have to give it a shot to see what all the hoopla's about, and to see how different it's going to be from the original. I don't think anybody wants it to be the same as the original, so
no, I mean,
why not, right?
I just don't want them to completely try to retool Chucky. The thing that I found interesting is Don Mancini, who created Chucky and directed the first 3, I think, he hates it. He is not signed off on it. MGM has production rights to the film, so even though it's his creation, he has no say in what they do with it.
Sucks to suck.
They attempted to contact him and ask him to sign off on it, be a producer.
MGM is the studio doing it, and then Orion's distributing it, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. When's the last time you've seen Orion distribute something, right? They're still in it.
Wow.
But Don Mancini said he feels like his creations have been hijacked, and he doesn't sign off on it at all. So
Damn.
that's kind of interesting.
New Mortal Kombat 11 character just confirmed. It's Chucky. Yeah.
Wow. The other trailer that just came out during the Super Bowl,
Oh yeah, scary stories tell in the dark. So if you were bookworms, you might recognize that title because,
or if you were alive at all during that time in 4th grade, like I remember everybody checked out that book.
Or if if you weren't alive back then, you'd probably still remember it because I'm sure somebody's talked about it.
Maybe.
Basically, it's 3 books. They have really, really twisted illustrations by, I think his name is like Stephen Gamble, and then the stories were done by Alvin Schultz, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was just off the dome. I didn't even research that.
I almost said Roald Dahl. It's a different world.
So, just a bunch of twisted stories. I know one of them scared Ben shitless up until this day, actually. It was Harold, right?
Yeah, he's on the poster for the movie.
So that's exciting to see. I think a lot of fans have their favorites as far as like what stories they want to see in there. It's been confirmed that the Big Toe story's in there. The Spot is on there.
Is that the spider?
Yeah.
That's the one I remembered, and I saw in that Super Bowl trailer. I was like, oh,
the Nightmare.
Yeah, it's a really fat, gross lady with really squinty eyes.
Yeah, and then the last one, I don't remember what it is. And
no, it's a new one.
Yeah, okay,
it's a new story.
So it's confirmed that it's a new one.
It's called like the Jingly Man or something.
Is that new?
It is. They said that they created that for the movie. My thing I want to know about this movie is it going to be an adult movie? It looks like it's geared towards adults.
Is it going to?
But it's also like it. It could be like just like it because it's a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
I heard that all these stories are going to culminate into.
I was going to say, is it concurrent stories? Did they take all the stories and put it into one timeline thing?
That's the rumor. Is that it's going to be?
How do you do that though?
Like, is it maybe?
Guillermo del Toro wrote it, so I'm sure it's creative as hell.
Yeah.
I have faith in it because he signed off on it and he wrote it.
Yeah.
He doesn't do a lot of bad.
He doesn't do a lot of bad.
I don't think he's done anything bad except for
Crimson
Shape
Peak.
of Water was like meh.
I did not like Crimson Peak.
Oh, I didn't watch Crimson Peak.
It was. I liked the imagery in it. It was a really pretty movie. I just didn't like the movie.
That had Alice in Wonderland lady in it, right?
Yeah, her and Loki.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot
Tom
about
Huddleston.
Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, just first impressions of those Super Bowl trailers. I thought they looked scary as fuck.
Definitely.
Although they didn't all have the same imagery. I thought that the Spot looked like it was completely shot by a different director.
Yeah, like very.
It was
poppy,
bright.
Yeah.
It almost looked like a Meghan Trainor video.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like kind of 50s, like what she's dressed in, like super high school Americana.
Yeah, totally. So I think it'll be interesting to find out exactly like how this whole story plays out and how true to it they are to the books. Although I don't know if I necessarily care about them being true to the books as long as they have like the scary monsters and have the same sort of idea.
Yeah, as long as you pay homage to the book, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Well, and I think another thing too with the new monsters, I mean they gotta look stylistically the same too.
As those little drawings.
If I'm nitpicking, yeah. And then to scare my brother Mikey, I hope they have the Slithery D because that one freaked him out as a kid.
Really?
That one got me.
Really? That was the one of them that got you, huh?
That one, the black dog, and the one
the Mexican hairless one?
No, that was the rat or the dog.
Yeah.
The black dog was the one the kid would see it like late at night in his house. And the picture of that story was like a staircase, and it was at the top of the staircase, and it just looked so fucked up.
Yeah.
And then the other one I would want would be, remember the one the ghost would just sit on the kid's dresser, and it would get closer and closer every night?
Yeah.
Oh, that shit gave me nightmares, dude.
Yeah, for real. I need to read those
that
too.
Ghost one, like, it's the imagery is super weird because its head's here. Its legs are like a normal like length of a human, but its middle is pushed all the way up. So like where my taint is would be up here.
Oh, yeah.
Ben's taint, where he was pointing, would have been like right at the middle of his sternum.
A little higher.
Right at the top of his sternum, nearly at his collar.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah.
I'd like to paint that image for you folks.
Paint it.
All right, what else?
Is there anything else you guys would like to talk about?
What about you guys?
Did you have anything else you wanted to catch up on or anything?
Oh yeah. Ooh. We found out yesterday, to our dismay, that Scott guy over here has never seen Tommy Boy or Black Sheep.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
He's never seen either.
You know what's so weird? Katie hasn't seen Tommy Boy or Black Sheep either.
You guys should be friends and fuck off together.
Do you guys have a copy of it? Let me borrow it.
No, but it's on.
Apparently
streaming.
nobody has.
You're
Where?
almost 30,
What-
dude.
what-
Black Sheep, I think, is for sure on Netflix.
or Hulu.
Tommy Boy, Tommy Boy might.
Tommy
be on
Boy
Netflix.
is on Hulu.
Is it? Just go check them
I'll
all.
figure it out.
I'll look it. I'll figure it out. You don't have to figure it out.
But dude,
figure it
I
out.
made the comment. I'm doing just great. I got a bowl of chocolate pudding in my underpants, and he was like, "What are you talking about?"
One of my favorite parts that I'll still like quote to this day would be like, he was like, "Yeah, did you call him? Yeah, it was 6379 and then David Spade's character's like, "Were you calling from a walkie-talkie?"
I can't believe, dude. There's so
I'll
many
watch it.
iconic scenes in that movie.
That's one of them.
Kill
I made him watch the vote for Donnelly scene. He's like,
It's so funny how like
What's wrong with you?
dude, and then Mommy, the rider's getting too close to the car. Him too afraid to get out. Him just a widow guy.
Dude, I promise you,
watch it.
there will never be another better comedic duo than David Spade and Chris Farley.
Dude,
I kid you not.
Still gets me to this day when David Spade on his death, like every year, he posts the poster of Tommy Boy, and Chris Farley signed on it. David, we made it, brother. And he had some goofy comment underneath, and he's like, I cannot ever look at this and not cry. Like, I miss you.
No kidding.
Did you watch the Adam Sandler tribute to him on his?
No.
Try to watch that tonight and let me know what you think. 'Cause it's like 5 minutes. Adam Sandler, his new stand-up special is mainly songs, and he does this big tribute to Chris Farley, and it's like goofy, but it's still like, oh my heart.
Yeah.
It does so well, dude.
I think one other reason why I think people don't really care too much about Chris Farley now, because I feel like he has that Will Ferrell syndrome that he played the same character in a lot of his movies. But for the time that we had Chris Farley, he was still like one of the funniest people on
He
earth.
was like our childhood comic.
Yeah.
Like
well,
that-
it's still, all that stuff is super fun as a kid to watch, but it still holds up to this day as an adult to be able to watch all that stuff and really laugh.
for sure. Love it. Love
I'll
it.
watch it.
Yeah, please do. I'd give Tommy Boy a strong A.
Okay,
Black Sheep, I'd give an A minus.
that's my homework. I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, please do.
I'm pretty excited to watch it.
You should be. It's comedy legend.
Yeah.
I'm excited about legendary comedy.
Well, there you go. We solved your problem.
All right, what else is on the agenda?
That's basically all I have for us right now. One other thing I did want to catch up on is we talked a lot about this. Is Mr. Thodsey was asking this question specifically of us. Why haven't we played any Red Dead Online?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have.
No, I mean like all of us as a group. Why aren't more people talking about this?
You know what? I'm just gonna have you halt the brakes right there.
Halt the brakes.
Hit the brakes.
Pump them.
Pump them. Whatever. Scotty and I have tried to get everybody online in the past,
They're
and
just all drunk.
you and I just played, and yeah, I think that was the excuse. They were drinking too
They're
much.
always drinking too much.
Don't do this on the podcast. Judgmental ass fucking Scotty.
Oh, is that a
That's
theme?
the new thing. Every time someone does anything, why do you guys do this with your life?
What have you said about me?
I haven't said anything about
bro.
Wow, great.
Wee wee.
Anyways, so yeah, I think that was the big thing. I would love to get online with the boys. That would be fun, because I know you're crazy as fuck online.
Why do you say that?
I've never seen anybody have that many cops at once after him and still get away unmurdered.
We decided to go off-roading in a wagon.
Yeah, but you were running around in circles and they were all chasing you. It was almost like World War Z. They were all chasing you, trying to shoot at you, and you still didn't die.
Oh, yeah.
He was running
right.
around shirtless with like a gun's like 6 bullets. And he still managed to kill like 1 million of them.
And we got away. We did. That's right.
Well, you did. I died several times. And I was just trying to help. I didn't even kill anybody. I just tried to help.
Well, when Thodes asked about this, the reason that I said that there's not as many people playing online is because the story is so long and people wanted to get through it, and by the time they're like,
I gave up on the story.
it's so long.
It's a little too long.
I agree. You need to cut like 35% out.
Yeah. But the other thing too is that online, the commerce online is so fucked up. That's another reason why a lot of people kind of gave up online too.
I heard about that. They've been trying to do reworks and figure out what's going on with it, but
they keep trying to entice people by coming back and giving them gold bars, and it's just not helping. Lower the prices, or at least increase the reward you get for some of the missions.
We've talked about this a little bit. At the end of the day, it will never be as successful as Grand Theft Auto because there's just not as many cool Wild West things.
Yeah,
like, there's not
there should be like hot air balloon rides or something like that.
Or
That'd
you can get like some old Wright Brothers plane or something. Yeah, that would be cool. Machine guns and stuff.
Or you should be able to hijack a train.
Yeah, just run people over.
Just run a train.
Yeah,
he agrees.
Yeah,
but that's all I got for today.
Huh. I guess the only other thing to talk about at this point is I know that we probably you've already heard the tease, but can you give us a little taste of what Neb Week will be like?
Dude, I haven't even started to think about it. We came up with that idea like right before we started recording, and I was like, all right, I guess it's going to be my episode.
So we're going to try something new. Each week we'll have one of the hosts basically, I guess, for lack of a better term, write what...
Well, maybe not each week, but we'll
start changing it up a little bit.
A week, time to time. We'll have one of us write what goes on, and we'll have each of us like put our own little flair on it.
Which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Just be something fun from time to time. Just get a little oomph, a little seasoning.
Season.
Get more good quality content out,
No.
Well, I guess it's the time for those darn shout-outs. I was going to give a shout-out to Scott's sister, our Patreon cat, for sending me that friend request on that Facebook. I'm excited to be buddies with
my
you.
sister's cat Patreon now.
Yeah, good for her.
Also, my mom is now a Patreon supporter.
Hell yeah. Oh, also, I
shout out to both of them.
wanted to give a shout-out to my high school best friend, who I'm not friends with anymore, Dusty. Dusty shot a bad drug deal gone wrong. Shot another kid I went to school with in kindergarten. He shot him in the dick with a shotgun. Fun fact, this kid used to trick you into looking at his wiener in kindergarten, so it's all come full circle for Dusty. Thanks for taking care of karma for me. So shout out to you, bud. Have fun in jail.
That all actually happened. I'll do the Patreon shout-outs too. Shout out to Jacob, who's donated another $50 this month. Shout out to
Jacob. Did you mean to do that?
Does he know? Well, it came out.
Well, if you're listening, thanks for the extra
shout
50. I appreciate it.
Shout out. There's one more. Go ahead, Robbie. Shout out Robbie.
Yeah. Shout out Javad. Shout out Ben's mom. I guess shout out to Scott's mom now.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Yeah.
They're following us.
Yeah.
They're following.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Sorry this is a shorter episode. I ran out of stuff. I was thinking all day.
You don't have to qualify it.
No, I'm being for honest.
He's so disappointed. Look at his face.
I'm not that disappointed.
Not anymore. I thought you were going to start crying.
His eyebrows.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a short one, but hey, have fun with it.
Hey, it's a good one, yeah. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Shout out to everybody, including everybody.
Yeah, light us.
Bye.
We're so fun.